We are live. We are live. So, what are we going to create today? A lot of good questions. Sneak peek at the thumbnail I'm making. Not like anybody cares, but if you do, you just saw. So let me just close out Photoshop there. Let's see what we should do in this episode, or this live episode. So let's start. We always start by going to Dribble, get some inspiration. So let's see. Most recent. Man, the app stuff is so popular. Very popular. I love these I don't know what to call them, but they're like symmetrical pieces of artwork where you only make one element and then you duplicate it and pre-compose it and do some really cool stuff. I'm really digging that. That's kind of cool. Let's see if I can't zoom in. It's kind of a cool idea. Pretty neat. Wow, that's always cool. But you know, I did something very similar to this in a last stream. This is very simple to do once you know how to do the extrusion, which you could follow along in that last stream. Let's try to find something really cool. Maybe we could recreate. If anybody has any recommendations, send them over. Hold Control and scroll to zoom in and out. Can't you just do that with just scrolling? If I just scroll, it zooms in and out? Huh. Not familiar with that shortcut. So let's see. This I've seen before. This is really cool. Let's do a micro interaction because I need to start coming up with some ideas for a tutorial for next week, and so that will be a good some good practice. You know what else I wanted to do? Oh yeah, I know that. I do this because it's like, I don't know, it's a little more granular. Maybe it's the exact same. No, it is the exact same. I don't know why I don't do it that often in this application. Wow, that's exotic. That stuff's cool, but you have to use Adobe Animate. Okay, let's just try to do something with micro interactions. So it doesn't need to be that long. The reason why I use 50 frames per second, if anyone's curious, and 1600 by 1200 is because I like to upload on Dribble, and Dribble's, oh, and the GIF maker, 50 frames per second is like a standard, so it always scales properly. Let me know if the music's too loud or too low. It is 8:30 p.m. This will be a fairly short stream. Huh, what do we want to do for a micro interaction? What's a cool... Anybody have any recommendations? Yeah. This was created Cinema 4D. Very clearly created in Cinema 4D, but whoops, yeah. So that's really cool. I love that flat look. It's coming out in a tutorial soon. I need to actually convert this into a GIF later on, but this is a really cool animation done by Eli. That'll be coming out next week. Cinema 4D, man, I wish I can learn Cinema 4D. I need to start watching his tutorials more deeply and follow along, but I don't have the full version of Cinema 4D, unfortunately. So let's... One thing I always wanted to get down is how to do kind of like a bouncing ball. And it was always really challenging for me to make it look natural. Anybody know a clever way to do that? Besides the fact that that's totally janky. So obviously it doesn't. I was never good at that. I am Mike. And I'm trying to figure out what I want to do in Cinema or in After Effects tonight. It's always challenging to come up with something to do. That's probably the biggest setback I have, is that I oftentimes don't know what exactly I want to be doing or should be doing. But these live streams give me a good opportunity to just kind of mess with some things. One thing I saw in School of Motion today that I thought looked really cool was that they scaled up, they scaled down, and then there was like 2 other layers underneath. I'm just trying to think, because really, in essence, it's the animation that you're doing, and then it's all the effects that you place on top of it that really add to it, right? Because we can come in here and do all kinds of cool things, and maybe it looks good, some of it doesn't, most of it probably doesn't, and it all comes down to what you do in the post. So just looking at this animation, that looks fairly boring in general. However, once you start layering stuff on here, you start changing the colors. Right, I'm just kind of being a little exotic here. I'm always conflicted as to which one I want. This song is like epic. Do you know how to do a front walk cycle for characters in motion graphics? I've never seen a tutorial on it. Why don't you try to recreate the Adobe logo animation? So the walking animation, the walking animation is best done if you use Adobe Character Animator. Adobe Creative Animator, Character Animator. I'd have to look to see exactly what it's called, but basically it allows you to easily link up like parts of the body to move. Which, I mean, you can do in After Effects. I find that it's a little bit tedious, and I don't do a lot of character stuff, so I'm not really that good at it because I haven't done it. But trying to do the Adobe logo is kind of interesting. So let me just finish messing around with whatever I'm doing right now. So I mean, the more you layer on, the cooler you can make something. But let me see what the Adobe. Let me see exactly what you titled it. If you could send me a link, maybe on Twitter. I don't know if it'll let you send a link in here. You know, there's actually a great glitch animation. This guy. Not that guy. That guy stole the idea. This guy here. This should be number 1. This is the best glitch animation you could find on YouTube, and it's a tutorial. Watch this one. This tutorial is awesome. And you could just tell that this is kind of a copy of that. Let's see. Just by the thumbnail I could see. Very similar. But this one is legit. I'm trying to find the Adobe Creative logo animation. I've never seen it. If you could send it to me on Twitter, that'd be great. Okay, well, we'll just mess with something. Try to figure something out to do. I used to have an idea sheet that I used to just copy down cool ideas so I could try to figure out how to do them later. I'm trying to think like elements in a UI, like a phone or an application that I would be able to duplicate. Is there maybe a creator that has some cool stuff? All right, let's just mess with something. Okay, I'll check out that link here in a moment. So I'm trying to just come up with a cool micro interaction. I think I found one. Or I mean, I just came up with one. That might be kind of cool. No, that's good. My most used font is Geomantis, and my second is Gotham. I use Geomantis a lot. That just looks tiny to me for some reason. Okay, so what I want... So I want a mouse cursor to come up to this. I've got a mouse cursor already pre-built. I think this one's it. Is that it? No, I don't think that's the one. I should just delete that one. Don't even like it. This one I like. If I was doing this professionally, I would probably start naming some of these. I don't even know if I need that box around that with the shadow, but I'll figure something out later. Now I need to find some cool fonts to use. I don't really have that many cool fonts. There is a way to animate the thickness on this. I thought it was stroke. So I'm going to animate the stroke. Getting a mouse cursor to look natural is always the hardest part because it never looks natural. Twitter, my personal Twitter is Mike in HD. Mograph or Mobox is Mobox Graphics. Link in the description. Actually, this video should have it. I gotta find some cool fonts. A lot of Japanese fonts. A lot of boring fonts. Okay, I'm just gonna have to start typing some. Start coming up with some, start messing with some. Yeah, if I had more time, I would probably just go download fonts that I like really like crazy fonts. I wish there was a tool that you can make like the font have a keyframe. That would be sick. Ugh, all these fonts are boring. I need to download some new fonts. All right, last one. One's kind of interesting. What's a stupid one here? Trojan Pro looks stupid. Weddings is always kind of funny. Or Webdings. Windlings. All right, checking out my Twitter. Oh, that's cool. I like that. That's pretty cool. I'll try to do that after I do this. What's a real stupid looking font? This one. Okay, so now I just gotta put these in order. A, B, C. So C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. So let's say you're totally insane and you only have these fonts. That Olympic branding one is almost too crazy, honestly, for my taste right now, but we'll live with it. It's kind of getting away because it's not as okay, so we clicks on it, boom. So all of these start there. I guess I need to put these in order also, huh? And now I could use a built-in tool to step these, but honestly, don't feel like even bothering with it. I can never remember how to get to it, and I always have to look it up. So this is fine. God, I hope you guys still watch the tutorial, all 6 of you. too much movement. Yo, what's up, guys? Man, now I'm mad I did this on here because this would make a really good tutorial, I think. Or a fun tutorial. Oh well, you guys just may have to see it twice. I'm like heads down in this right now. Sometimes you just kind of find what you like. And then you just kind of work from there. Okay. Now for the fun part. I'm doing this all by hand because I don't know how to do it other way. Man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this. I've got an appointment here at 9:45. Let's see if I can finish this up. crap. I'm trying to finish this in time. That's why I'm not talking. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let's see what this looks like. I don't know how this is gonna look. I think that looks okay. Yeah, I mean, the truth is that there's so many different iterations of things that you can do that even when something's a copy, it's, as long as it's a unique twist on it, then, I mean, it's hard to knock them, you know? It's when people do blatant copy and then they don't really admit that it's a copy. That's when things kind of irritate me. Yeah, let me go over that. See if I can't figure out how to do it. See if I can figure it out. I can remember my password. The glitchiness in the background. Which glitchiness in the background are you talking about? Okay, I didn't see any glitchy background. Okay, not this video. Oh, maybe, what the hell? Maybe I didn't get the right video. Ah. I mean, they're okay. So, for those people who are out of the loop, let me pull it up on stream. So there is like that glitch, and then there's some. Let me reduce the music audio. Can't even hear myself think. So there's some color fringing here in the background, which you could see. There's this lighting effect, which I'd have to research how that's done. And then there's that last glitch, right? So there's a few pieces here. Which piece in particular are you asking about? Because this animation took probably 4 or 5 hours to do, I'd say. Oh, man. Okay. Let me find another one. Okay. Did you send it to my personal Twitter now, or which Twitter? Because I don't have another message. Don't have another message. So you're gonna have to send it. Are you sending it to the right Twitter? The first. Oh. Wow. This guy has 641,000 subscribers now. I remember when he had way less. This video? Oh, so it is the Lily one. The video I sent you, the first glitch effect in that Lily one. Okay. Or lolly. The first glitch. So that one. That, like, crazy explosion. So, first things first. A lot of pre-composed stuff here. Like the light. So likely what he did was he went into YouTube and he typed in static glitch plate. broken VHS. Perfect example right here. He probably took this. And without, actually, he probably took this exact one right here. He probably took something very similar to this. You see, you get those really oftentimes sharp squares. He probably used this. Maybe not. It's a little bit hard to tell. He could have used multiple. In addition, he definitely used I can tell you right away that he used this dead giveaway right here. See this, how this is warped on the sides? That's either due to a displacement map or from an old TV layer. Which, I mean, you can create all the static. What the hell did I do? You can create all the static using, I know there's a shortcut for that, but I mean, you can create a glitchy background, or the noise is static noise in the background like that. But the wave warp leads me to believe that he probably used this one. And he likely, you could see actually he used like an invert on one, because you could see right here, that's inverted colors. It's inverted colors. So if we make our background blue, you'll see that you get that orange, which is the same color he got. So that's an invert for that square. He does do some RGB split. So RGB split's actually a tutorial that I'm going to do in the future. Well, okay, so here's something you notice. You notice all of these purple ones? They are on one layer because there's no parallaxing between the purple layers. Okay, the only parallax you get is between the purple and the blue. So the blue and the purple are all on one layer. Okay, so let's just delete all this garbage. I'm going to ignore the crosses because those are just going to take an extra step that I don't want to do. This background's kind of like a blue, but it almost looks like there's a ramp, a gradient ramp on it. That is a radial ramp. God, that looks hideous. So I would pre-compose that. Make this a 3D layer, duplicate it. Set one with a position in the back, far back. One with one close. I would even rotate this maybe. So it looks a little different. Then I would have to scale it up because it is farther away, but I would scale this one down because the shapes do appear to be the same size. And then layer new camera, position, alt click that. Would I do position? Probably not actually. I think I would do rotation. I would add a slider to the camera. Oh, you can't. So I'd create a layer new null object. Can never remember the shortcut. Control Alt Shift Y. That's like way too long. That should be much shorter. So I always do this so that way I could easily control my wiggle effects, because otherwise it's too complicated if you have multiple layers. Okay. So this one needs to go back way farther. Even that's not even parallaxing that much. See, it doesn't look like there's any parallaxing going on at all. And let's see why. That's very strange. That's very strange of it. Let's see if in the options, if the field was off, doesn't seem to add any, have any effect. That's strange. Huh. Well, if you don't use a camera, I mean, you could do this like really simply. The problem is, now I'm curious why it's not working, because it actually should work. That should work. In fact, the fact that it's not working is a testament to how screwed up After Effects is. Ugh, why did I do that to scale? I mean, you can just see that parallaxing. I'm going to look into why it's not working in the camera and see if it's just a stupid setting that I didn't click. But yeah, so I'm not going to spend too much more time on that. I've got to run off to a meeting. But let's do this again. Anyways, thanks everyone for watching. This project file will be uploaded to Patreon, but I'm actually, since I really only did one, I did this, I'm actually going to make this into a tutorial. So I'm not going to upload it to Patreon until after I do the tutorial on it. All right. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching.